You're gay. Hello and welcome back, Ravers. It is season 3, episode 12 of Gay Rave, and I'm coming to you live from the backyard at Fire Island. We barely made it, bitch. I'm gonna be so honest with you. It is Monday of Fire Island. You will notice that I do have gay voice right now. I do have vocal nodes. I have actually had vocal nodes for years. I went to an ENT back in probably 2022 because I was really worried I would lose my voice almost completely. And it was because I was just screaming in the same tone for too long. So I went to an ENT and I said, "What's wrong with my voice?" Also, they did clean out my ears and they said that I'm one of the 5% of people whose ears don't automatically clean themselves. If you don't know this, your ears, if you shower enough, like the steam will actually clean out your earwax if you do clean your ears with a Q-tip safely most of the time. But I'm one of the 5% of people who don't have the automatic cleaning mechanism in their ear, okay? So that's one of the things you should know about me. Second thing you should know about me is that I do have vocal nodes, a la Britney Snow's character from Pitch Perfect. So in Pitch Perfect, you'll remember Britney Snow has the low octave because she had node surgery. But I'm not getting node surgery. You want to know why? They told me that vocal nodes are like bunions in that you can shave them down. You might have heard of node surgery, like they can shave down your nodes, but in the way it's like a bunion, like if you shave down a bunion, the bunion will come back if you keep wearing the same shoes, right? So in order to get your vocal nodes to go away, you have to change your shoes, you have to change the way you talk. So the way that I'm talking is going to have to change. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be in a lower octave than normal in order to help me to speak in a way that makes sense and allows me to be audible, because otherwise I'm going to be simply inaudible. Okay. Also, I am drinking Vouv because what happens here at Fire Island is over the weekend we ask everybody to ring 12 to 24 claws or beers or whatever, or a bottle of whatever they choose, in order to be like, it's your ticket into our house. And so everyone who stays here for the week sort of hides their items until everyone leaves, and then we bring them out. And so Kelsey from London brought Vouv, and so therefore I'll be drinking Vouv on this very, very special occasion. Okay. Something else about Fire Island that's very important to mention is that I gave 5 people their period over the last 2 days. I have the alpha uterus. I came in here with my period. I will not lie to you. I do have an issue about I don't change my tampon enough, and that's a problem that I have to deal with personally. But I have given 5 people their period in the last 2 days. Kelsey, Amelia, Kate, Kelsey, and Alina all have gotten their period in the last day because my alpha uterus has delivered it to them. And I hate to say it, but it's true. Even with these windows open, babe, I'm like, don't stand too close. Don't stand too close, or else my alpha uterus is going to take over. I hate to say it. So, Fire Island this year, if you don't know, Fire Island is off the coast of Long Island. It takes so many trains, a bus, and a ferry in order to get here. And so that's why we stay for a week, because otherwise it just like simply wouldn't be worth it to make it here. We have the most incredible house right on the beach. Hopefully you can hear the waves coming. I'm in the backyard, and I will be asking each of my remaining patrons of the house to come out during this pod to tell you their rave and their grave review for the week. But first, let me tell you what the lay of the land is, okay? So this weekend was fantastic. Shout out to Raver Abby for joining me. She was my emotional support 25-year-old and my comfort mask. Although there is no mask for mask respect anymore. You know how like men are often like, oh, I won't flirt with you because I hear you have a boyfriend. Like, I respect your boyfriend, so I won't flirt with you. Like, in that fucked up toxic masculinity way. Masks used to have the same problem. Like, if a mask saw you with another mask, they would like respect your mask and not flirt with a hot person because they were like, my bro, that's my kinfolk. Not anymore, babe. There is no mask for mass respect anymore. It's every man for themselves. That is not for nothing representative of our world today. No mask for mass respect. And not for nothing, I will have little bios for every person who you're gonna hear from today. But I hope you watch this on YouTube, because we are video recording every single one of these people, and I'm going to make everyone take a shot before they reply. And I'm going to be doing it with what's called called Jose Cuervo's Devil's Reserve. It's a sweet heat tequila, and that is going to be absolutely delicious. Okay. So we say Friday to Friday. It was August 8th. I think it was to the August 15th, in which we're staying. We have an amazing house. Friday, we have themes for the first weekend. We come this week because Les Volley is a lesbian volleyball tournament that takes place essentially the second weekend of August every single year. Okay. So we don't play per se, but we do come here because that's when all the lesbians are here. Although we may pivot our strategy in the future and you'll hear more about that. But most of all, we have themes for the first weekend every year because that's when we have the most people. So the Friday this year was called Scary or Horror. So we had a scary theme. I was a super scary ghost, as you'll see in my Instagram. I think Alina was probably the winner of the scariest person. I will say that Merritt was the most creative as Demon Twink. And then Saturday was Holy Horrors, and I was sort of like an altar boy slash conclave energy. I went on Mercari and looked for religious paraphernalia, and I fear that an actual church was selling their items, and so that does make me a little unsettled because the material was feeling all too familiar. I did go to a Catholic school for elementary and middle school, so from K to 8 I was in a Catholic school, St. Joe's. They did unfortunately tear down the entire school, so it no longer exists to this day. We had 18 people in my graduating class. Shout out to my besties, Derek, Dan, Noah, Caroline, Katie. Like, shout out to all my besties. But isn't it crazy? Of the 18 people in my graduating class, we had 10 boys and 8 girls, and there are 4 non-binary slash lesbian slash gay women and 0 gay boys. Goose egg. How is that possible? Babe, those statistics are simply not adding up. Like, that is just a statistical anomaly, and I hate to say it, okay? So on Saturday, we did have a queen, Essence, perform. It was absolutely incredible. Essence was amazing. Bisexual, by the way. And so I was kind of looking in a very different way. But it was super spectacular to see her here. We did have a karaoke machine. We were trying to hype her up as much as possible. And ultimately, it was an amazing rager at the house, but it did result in something that we'll hear about shortly. Weekend vibes, very, very good. But I fear that we are never going to be welcome in this house again due to undisclosed circumstances. So, with that being said, I'm going to welcome my first guest for our Rave and Grave reviews for Gay Rave. Come on. Okay. So, our first guest, her name is Smilo. Hi, Smilo. Is a 30 something nurse. Hi. Look in the camera, say hi. Do you want a little shot? I was going to give everybody a little shot. Yes. Okay, take a little baby and then tell us your rave review and your grave review. First of all, say hi to you with my 100 followers.
Hi.
Okay, what is your rave review of the weekend?
Oh my god. So listen, the best thing, I screaming faggot at the moon was truly therapeutic. Like, it's one of my favorite words.
We did get permission. Like, I do want to say, like, we try not to get canceled on this podcast, so I want to say that we did get permission to say the word.
We did get it. Wink, wink.
Okay, so a nurse. Okay, and so what is your gravest review?
So I made my own daddy sauce or daddy butter, depending on the temperature, my own natural sunscreen. And I think she burned me. I can't show like, I'm a little crispy. So the sun has really been coming down on me hard.
She's been doing her thing. I do fear that that was your own fault. You are very natural sunscreen coated. Okay, so to make her own sunscreen out of, okay, so let me name some of these ingredients for my ravers. We have olive oil. We have coconut oil, shea butter,
And then the little
zinc oxide, which is the key ingredient.
And I know what you're about to say next. Say it.
What?
Cocoa powder.
Oh, cocoa powder is Cocoa powder allows it to not have that mineral sheen, the white sheen. Like everybody needs to get on this. So she starts spreading this shit around on our bodies. It actually was really giving in the beginning. Like she brought it to the beach and it was looking like a Bath and Body Works production. Like it was in a little tin. She wrote on the top. Like it was actually looking very official. And then as the day went on, it did turn to how you say liquid because the liquid was in the how you say sun, and so the sun did melt it, so it did become liquid and therefore no longer usable. So she did have to put it in the fridge and then use the chemical sunscreen like a normal person.
Chemicals today. We did some chemicals today. I don't know if I'm able to go into the sun tomorrow.
She is quite burnt. Okay, bring in our next guest. Thank you. I will say I did try the body butter, but it was simply not for me. I am here for the chemical sunscreen. I use a special sunscreen that my sister sent me. Shout out to Mia for sending me the tinted sunscreen. And I do use chemical sunscreen because I'm a how you say normal person. Okay, so our next guest is Raver Kelsey. Kelsey, are you okay for a little shot? We're giving everybody a little shot. Okay, so this is Kelsey, last name H redacted. Look into the Kelsey, come closer. Look into the camera. Okay, this is Kelsey. Kelsey, say hey.
Hello.
Okay, we all have gay voice. Kelsey, take your shot, please. Thank you. Kelsey came here from London. Kelsey moved to London, but has like a little bit of a southern drawl and has a little bit of some southern charm. Loves her dogs. Single mom, works 2 jobs, loves her kids, never stops. So, Kelsey, what is your rave review for the weekend?
All right. My rave review for me was for sure winning drag bingo, bringing home the cooler full of bottles and porn to the house. I was like, thank God I could contribute. Like, thank you for being here. Loved it. Highlight of my life. I'll never forget.
I will say that there was a bingo, which I was a little bit. So there's something about this queen, and she is very special in that she stays seated the entire time. She has a. She is giving us almost nothing in that she has 3 bottles lined up, a bunch of weird knickknacks, and then a cooler full of DVD porn that goes to the final winner. And so, therefore, Kelsey did win. Let me describe to you. Okay, so each individual winner that came before, they probably won a bottle of Malibu or a fanny pack or something like a little tchotchke. But the actual prize goes to the final winner. And it was a Corona branded cooler that came with a free pizza from Island Pizza, which is approximately a $50 value, as well as 4 porn DVDs, 1 named Meat Rack, and then a bottle of Ciroc, a bottle of Absolute, and was that it? What else?
I believe that was the majority of what was in the cooler, but also just like the joy I feel of being able to contribute to this magical fucking house. Yeah, in.
So special. Okay, so Kelsey, next, what is your grave review for the weekend?
My grave review for the weekend is the deer. The deer here. Listen, and part of it is the way y'all react to the deer. Y'all act like the deer are so fucking cute. Am I allowed to swear on this pod?
Yes, of course.
Great, thank God. No, thank God. Yeah, everybody's like the deer. They're so cute. They're so bold, and I'm like, this is how I know y'all never lived anywhere with deer that are a menace. Grave review the deer.
Nature's murderers. I've been saying that they are so stupid. They jump in front of your car. They will kill you. They will kill you because they don't care. And also, they're on the beach. There are deer walking on the beach amongst the people, and people are like, "Oh my god, let me feed the deer." No, they are here to murder you, and they are here to give you ticks. They are here to give you Lyme disease, and they are here to kill you. Okay. Kelsey, thank you. Can you grab our next guest, please? Thank you. So, yes, deer often will come join us here. They will be rummaging in the garbage, especially like when you're walking places. When you're on Fire Island, there are no cars. So, it is only sort of like walking paths, wood walking paths. So, that is why you will constantly see deer. They're walking in our backyard. We're right on the beach, too. So, it's very strange. This place is going to be underwater in the next 10 or 15 years. So if you buy property here, you are rich, but in a way, you are also stupid. Okay. Our next guest is Amelia. Hi, Amelia.
Hi, Gabby.
Amelia is here so bravely. Her girlfriend did only come for one day, Victoria. Okay, Amelia. Oh, incredible. So, can you come into the shot? Like, we have a little bit of a camera. Okay, perfect. Okay, Amelia, your rave review, your favorite part. This is your first time in Fire Island, is that right?
Yes, that is
Okay, scary. So scary. So, what is your favorite part of the weekend so far?
right. Okay, not to be cheesy, but like getting to know everybody a lot better, and it was so fun, and you guys were so welcoming, and I had a really good time.
Wait, that is so cute. I was actually thinking about this too, and I was like, one of my favorite parts about this weekend is how we bring all of our people with us. Like the way that we talk about our loved ones, the way that you talk about Victoria and your family and your mother and your father and your brother, like and your sister, like the way that you talk about your family is so special. It is actually so amazing. I think that's one of my favorite parts of this place. It's when you get to know people, you get to talk about all the things that make you you, and I think it's so
People are
special.
the best part of everything, always. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you your grave review. So, what is your least favorite part of this weekend, or your grave review from Fire Island Weekend 1?
You did kind of already say it. You already gave the spoiler, but it's when Victoria went home early.
And this is what love is about, people. Okay, so Amelia is in a relationship with someone named Victoria who has, how I would like to call it, the best ass of the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
And it's a runner's butt. Like, it does stand up.
She's training for the New York City Marathon, but not this year. Next year, she's doing the 9+1.
We are very proud of her. Okay, Amelia, we would like to give a shout out to Victoria, your beloved, and to your beautiful family. Shout out to Victoria and your beloved. Anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Thank you for having me.
Okay, bring in our next guest. Thank you, Amelia. Love you dearly. Amelia is on my softball team, wrestling pitch face, one of our best players, and new this year from a different team. We actually stole her recently. Let's see who our next guest is. Who are they going to be? Everyone is currently sitting inside of this house, and I am watching them as they walk out. They are watching me do this, and as they come out, I will watch who's coming next. Okay, let's see who's next. Let's see. Uh-oh. It's Alina, a famous raver, one of the most famous ravers of all time. I'm just gonna hand Alina the mic and see what happens.
Well, I've been begging to be on this podcast since actually before the podcast even existed. When it was just a thought in Gabby's mind, I said, "Oh, well, I'll be on it, right? Like I'll be on it. Like I need to weigh in." And still hasn't happened. Although I've been mentioned very kind of vaguely as my friend, my friend, my friend.
I use coded language because I don't want to say that I only have so few friends that I'm always mentioning Alina. Okay, so Alina,
But anytime she's in a fight with someone and she mentions it, it's me. You should know that.
and what I love about Alina is that we always fight. Okay, so Alina, I'm gonna give you a little shot of Devil's Reserve because everyone's taking a little baby, and I'm gonna take the Vouv. Okay, so cheers. First of all, cheers. Yes. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. So I have to ask Alina, what is your rave review for this weekend so far? Okay, ready? Here we go. This is also the Who Weekly of Gay Rave. Alina is the most plugged in person I've ever met in my life, and I do fear that Alina is a bestie. Okay, go.
Okay, well, I feel like okay. Am I like the millionth person to mention the cheeseball competition?
We did what's called the cheeseball competition, and that was how many cheese balls, and these were not regulation sized cheese balls. Remember, the cheese balls were sort of a smaller level than normal because everything on Fire Island is a little bit smaller, a little bit more expensive. So what happens is we tried to see how many people could fit how many cheese balls under their rack, so under their boobs, and whatever pronouns you are, if you have boobs, you can use it. And then how many people can fit it in their ass slit, so not the crack, the sort of like cheek underneath. Okay, great review.
Grave review. Okay, well, I don't know that I can mention everything that happened. Things went down. Dot dot dot. But okay, I will say today we lost Bingo to Wanda Sykes, and I thought she was very smug. For a millionaire, she was smug, and I will say grave for that. I could say more. You know who you are.
So you get why I do this shit. You get it. Okay. So I will say that Alina is type okay, she is truly very plugged in. I know that she can't say much, but what I do have to say about Alina really quick is that when we were being confronted about something that happened in our house that was really controversial, people came to our house and said that we were in violation of something in our house. And so Alina and Merritt were in their bedroom that happened to lose its door handle. And so someone opens the door, lets this person into our home, comes into the backyard, finds me, the only grown adult, first of all, the only the oldest person awake at the time, 30, 31 and 3/4, and says, Gabby, I'm going to need you to come talk to this person. They will not leave the house. And they said that they need to talk to the owner of the house, and they will not leave. Okay, so I come in and I say,
Okay, when this person, we're not even gonna say incident, burst into the house, whatever. After all this went down, I went into the bathroom. What do I see? Blood. How many people now in our house have their periods because of Gabby? 5 people. And it is a heavy bleed. I'm not gonna get into it more. Most of the towels in this home are white.
and
It's
my period is, how you say, over.
that's fucked up.
I'm so sorry, but it's so true. I do have the alpha uterus, and I will say we do need to shut all the windows and doors.
Do you have a name for your alpha uterus? Because I don't want to call it Gabby's vagina anymore. I think she should have her own name. Like I think like she's like the Yannick present, but also like it was a full moon. Like it was Mercury retrograde. There were a lot of things going on, but like I think because she's so powerful, she should have her own name. Like it's at that point where it's like really freaky. I would say.
I have thought about this before, and I used to call her Amal, like George Clooney's wife, because she worked for the UN, like she was solving peace deals. But when you write her name, it autocorrects to annul or anal, and so I simply cannot use that name anymore.
She-Hulk.
My mom wanted to call me
Svetlana.
Ruby.
Why did I just say my own mother's name? I said, what's a powerful woman's name? Svetlana. Powerful? Influential?
Go get our next guest. I swear to God.
She's sick of me.
She's so
None of this is making it to the pod.
absolutely not. Go get our next guest.
Okay.
Our next guest is Merritt. Hi, Merritt. Okay, so Merritt is House Zaddy, and Merritt is a 32-year-old former nurse, current engineer of something unimportant, but we love them, they, them pronouns, and they have been cooking all of my meals. And the fact that they wrote down on a piece of paper their Rave and Grave reviews is so special because they didn't want to forget and they got a little bit nervous. Okay, so I'm going to ask Merritt, quickly, what is your Rave review for the weekend?
Thank you for asking. My pleasure. Thank you for asking. So to be clarify, it's not that I was nervous. I engineer performatively for a living. However, I was worried that I'd had too much to drink and I would forget. So my rave positive review is twofold, but they both ultimately relate to my wife, who claimed that maybe she didn't do the best job, but I don't believe her because she's great. Because one, she coordinated a new grocery delivery system, which resulted in us taking a lot less crap ourselves on the ferry, which I greatly appreciated. And then also, I mean, the great sex. And that was my rave review for the island.
Wait, okay. So if you don't know this already, so Fire Island has a grocery store, but everything is approximately 180% of price. And there's like one grocery store that is open between 10 and 5 on most weekdays. And so for it is not the best place to be. And I will say I did give feedback from last year that we needed a sweet treat. And so you got us chocolate chip cookies and they were gone within 2 hours of us arriving.
I did not buy those cookies. Someone brought them.
And they were gone within 2 hours of us arriving, and that was really upsetting to me, but that's totally okay. So I will ask Merritt now, what is your Grave review for the weekend?
So my negatives are, okay, so first and foremost, I did forget my debit card, and like the cool thing about this island is like it doesn't have cars, but like it doesn't also always have credit cards. And so I did bring some cash because, I am a cash guy, handling guy, but like, did forget the method to refuel. And then the other one is that now we don't have Monopoly deal.
I don't give a fuck about Monopoly Deal, and I'm gonna say one of my rave reviews is that Monopoly Deal has been taken off this fucking island. If that fuck ass game ever comes into my purview again, I will truly, it will be too soon. I am not a person. That is simply a rave review for me. So what is your loss is my gain, okay? But you do work really hard for this house, and you did work really hard to bring the groceries, and so I appreciate you very much.
Not as hard because of Alina, and luckily it's not that bad with the debit card because married, Alina's got hers, we're ripping her cash.
But Alina did almost lose that cash yesterday, but that's no one's business.
No, she didn't. I had it the whole time.
Being married sounds so fun. Okay, so I've given everyone a little bit of a shot, so it's your turn to take it, okay? It is the spicy, it's the sweet and spicy. Go ahead, look in the camera, say cheers. Hi. Okay, go ahead and then send in our next guest, please. Thank you, Merritt. Remember, Merritt then pronounced how Zaddy also excommunicated from the island, essentially forever, because they are determined to be a bad tenant. This is Kate. Hi, Kate. Hi. Oh my God, a full-time raver, first-time podcaster. Kate is in her 30s, married to a lawyer, also does really good work doing whatever she does for a living. And she has been crocheting slash knitting on the beach all weekend. If you're looking on YouTube, she is wearing a full crochet top. Tell me more.
Well, this is a cotton yarn. It's probably bulky knit. Yeah, just very comfortable. It's a good cover.
Can you stand up and can you give us a little bit of right here, right here? Yes. Can you give us a little spinny? Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So Grace, let me tell you something really quick about Grace. Grace and Kate are married. They've been married since 2019, but they've been together for 10 years. Their 10-year dating anniversary was actually in April, which is really special and really wonderful. But you were a child bride because you did get married at 27. Tell me more about how you felt being 27 and being married to a woman named Grace or named Reva Grace.
Wow, the full Southern name. I mean, I didn't expect it. That was the first lesbian wedding I ever attended. So that was kind
It was your own.
of my own. Yeah.
And you are a bisexual, and so in that way, it actually made it more special.
You're right. I'm sorry. It was actually a bisexual wedding.
Don't erase yourself before I erase you. Okay. Okay. So this is your first time in Fire Island. You did unfortunately take the room that I used to have with my partner, and we are not going to talk about that. But I will say you are in a room that is air conditioned, it is siphoned off, but is next to the bathrooms, so you still know no peace. So tell me, what is your rave review from this weekend?
Wow. Well, now that you brought that up, that should be a rave review. But I will go ahead and say that my rave review is this is one of the first group trips I've been on when there's been zero drama. Like the only drama has been like really good gossip about people hooking up, which is like the best kind of drama. It's like, ooh, who got it? So that's my rave review is just waking up and hearing like what happened last night. Because even though I stayed up late enough, which is fulfilled my own needs for partying, I got to hear about everybody else having a good time. So that's a rave review.
I agree. I actually think that like we have been really doing our best to try to stay up as late as possible. We are 30 somethings now, but even these fucking 35, 36-year-olds are giving us a run for our money, trying to stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove staying up that late? There is no reason. So, yeah, we do wake up in the morning approximately 8 or 9 a.m. And then we hear all the tea that happened last night. And that is our truth, Kate. And I do feel that we will eventually be best friends, okay? So now I'm going to ask, what is your grave review of the weekend? Being this your first time, being that you're around a bunch of weirdos, randos that you've never met, what is the grave review of your weekend?
Okay, well, nothing to do with anybody here. No grave reviews, but I mean, I could go in on you for giving me my period, but I'm not going to do that. But I will say, okay, one of my rave reviews was also going to be the outdoor shower because that's the nicest thing is not having to worry about like I don't know. It's just so nice to take a shower outside. And I will say, though, the one grave review I have about the outdoor shower is that there's a little window where you could see outside if you're taller than me, but I'm 5'2", so I I can I can feel the air, but I can't see the ocean.
That is deeply, deeply a personal problem that Kate has. It is deeply something that I don't experience. As somebody who's 5'9 3/4", I simply can't relate. But I love that for you, Kate. And being that you're married, it really means almost nothing that you can't see the ocean because you get to experience love in its bounds. Okay, so I feel.
That's only fair.
And Kate has been cooking for us. Kate is actually a chef. She does not own an air fryer or a microwave. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So never uses a microwave and never uses an air fryer. Don't piss me off. She only uses the oven. She made us a full on restaurant grade frittata this morning. I don't even want to hear about it. She not only took my room, my marital room, but she also is a better cook than me, does wash dishes, and does contribute to the house. So the way that you are adding value is actually should be studied in history books. Is there anything else you'd like to tell people?
No, just that I love you, and I'm really sorry for taking your room.
Oh my god! I don't want to hear it. Okay, bring in our next guest. Go, go. Wait, take this shot. Go, quick. Okay, love you. Bring in our next person. The way that Kate is so special. So she is robbing the grave in that she's married to a 36-year-old and she is only 33. The 36-year-old is here. This is Grace, aka Reva Grace Reva. We have mentioned Reva Grace before. Say hi to the people.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so this is Grace's first time on Fire Island. Although you have been a lawyer, you've lived in New York for quite a long time. How many years have you lived in New York?
10 years.
And you've been married for 10. Oh no, you've been dating for 10 years.
We've been dating for 10 years, which actually, revision, I've only lived in New York for 7 years. Bad at math. That's
Wow, that's so crazy and fake of you. The way that okay, so Grace met their wife who you just met on Tinder 10 years ago in April. And so you were in an internship 10 years ago. What was the 3-year difference there of living in New York?
I was in law school. We were long distance.
So, I am gonna ask you, Grace. I know that you did take my former room. There is some freaky energy left in there. I definitely put a curse on that room before you got here, just to be sure that no one could ever enjoy it again. So, what is your rave review for the weekend?
Wow. Okay. Build up. Build up. My rave review for the weekend is gay culture on Fire Island in 2025. It's very accepting. It's very open. There's a lot of drag. There's also a lot of mask for mask bottoms who dominate in conversation. A lot of free thinking. And I love to see that. Okay. The toxic masculinity of my youth is being eroded, much like the sands of Fire Island. And we love to see a gay culture on Fire Island 2025. That's my rave review.
The way that Grace, okay, so something about gay culture is that Grace does not watch TV shows that don't have lesbians in it. Something that I find hysterical about you is that you do not watch television or any media that does not have lesbians in it. And I say, simply, how do you find it? How do you find enough media to watch that does not have gay people in it?
It's not good. I'm settling. I'm frequently, the bar is in hell. There's a lot of Amazon Prime. There's a lot of, endless research. And in that
A lot of Tubi, yeah, slang.
no, you don't understand streaming platforms because you only watch TikToks of an entire episode broken up as they appear to you. I'm not sure how you keep the plot, but some of us are on Prime. We are on streaming.
It's crazy that you would call me out on that for not paying for things, in which I do pay for YouTube Premium now. As an $18 a month member, I would like to say that I am now participating in society. Enough about me, though. Let's talk more about you. Grace is training for the New York City Marathon 2025 and 2026. We are so excited for her, but that means that she has to fucking train on this godforsaken island that is going to simply fall into the Atlantic in the next 10 years. And this island Island, like I said, has no cars and no roads, which means you're either running on the wood boardwalk that is everyone's walkway, or the beach, which is, remember, made of, how you say, sand, the playa in Spanish. So that is what Grace is running on. So Grace ran 5 miles yesterday.
I ran 5 yesterday. Yes. No, 5. Wait, the day before.
And then you did not run yesterday because that's when we got interrupted by some house things that were taking place. And then today you ran 10.
Correct. Yeah. Devastating.
Grace did run 10 miles today, and it was through what's called the Sunken Forest, which when you come to Cherry Grove, if you go through the whole walkway several miles away through sand, twists and turns, sort of like a Pocahontas forest energy, the trees are speaking to you, then you will get to the Sunken Forest, and then you have to run that way 4 or 5, 6 times in order to reach 10 miles. Is that approximately how you would describe the journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why actually it's my grave review, spoiler alert, is running culture on Fire Island in 2025. It sucks. There is none. You are running in loops on repeat, just in the same spot, and then trying to charge around the families who seem to be the only people in the Sunken Forest. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Not just my legs, but my soul, my heart. The thank yous.
Something that I know about Grace is that she does not have a face that is for greeting. It's more of a face for law, and it's more of a face for not a good morning, no thank you, no excuse me. It's more a excuse on your left, on your left. This is more of the face that you're getting from Grace. And I did how you say, run a marathon several years ago. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've actually run 2 marathons in my life. I ran a marathon in 2019 and then again in 2021, and they were proud moments of my life. Grace is, how you say, 7 years older than I was. Wait, when I ran my marathon. I thought that's important. It's not. It's not important at all. It's absolutely not important at all. But I would like to say that Grace is so brave for doing it at her super young age of 36. And remember, she is a lawyer and she did get top surgery. And the nipples look fresh. They look ripe. They actually adjusted your areolas to be a smaller size, because what you don't know is that Grace went to a top surgeon who specializes in nipple size.
Yeah, I don't know why you pointed the mic at me. It is actually sensitivity. Shout out Dr. Lisa Ferrer. Didn't expect to go there, but yeah, for sure. I mean, another rave review, Dr. Ferrer. Yeah.
So congratulations on your incredible new nipples. Shout out for bringing them out. Did you run without a shirt on today?
Absolutely not. I actually had a vest on, and I thought I was going to get sun poisoning on the dune, so I actually ran just the same 0.75 miles for the last like 4. Yeah, made it worse.
That sounds simply torturous and so horrible. Is there anything you'd like to say to the ravers, my 100 followers, that you haven't been able to say so far?
Like, I hope that Gabby heavily edits what she's recorded here tonight. Yeah.
You know I won't. So I've been having everybody take a little baby shot. And so you're going to have to take a little baby shot while I drink this Vouv. And then we will do a little cheers. Your first Fire Island. Shout out
My first shot on Fire Island.
to the ghost of my past. Okay, goodbye. Our next guest, please. Thank you, Grace. You're so Wait, there's no one else?
I'm the last guest.
Wait, is that serious?
That was so gross.
There's no one else here? I guess you're right. Congrats, Grace. Grace's first shot and on camera. Oh my god, that was so incredible. We heard from every single person in our Fire Island house that simply couldn't have gotten any better if I had been asked it to. So that was our rave and our grave reviews for the week. As I was mentioning earlier when I was talking to Amelia, I would like to say that my Can I Say Something for this week is just like how happy I am to bring all the people in my life with me. And when I come to new places like this, when I meet new people, and when I come to places where I'm like feeling a little bit anxious and a little nervous and a little bit sad, coming to Fire Island, there's a lot of memories here. It's hard to be in this house. It's hard to be in this place. And remember a time that I came here alone, or not in the place I've been before. And it's brand new, but everyone's been so kind, and I am grateful for all the people I bring with me, and the way I get to talk about Ginge and Virginia and my close friends. I'm going to Italy with them in September, and my mother, my father, my sister, and Scott, and my Poconos trip, and all the things that we do together. I think it is so humbling and so wonderful to be able to come to this place and meet new people and hear about their folks and to talk about my folks. I think that is so beautiful and so special to me that we take all of our people with us, and we take even the people who are no longer with us. And I think that always gives me a sense of perspective and how excited I am that even though someone might not be in my life currently, they are still a part of the story that we continue to tell. And I think that's so special. So shout out to all of those people I've mentioned and the people who I haven't mentioned. So thank you to everyone for contributing to my story. You know that I'm talking about you. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry goes out to me because we got our Liberty renewal tickets today and they went up by $600 or $300 per person. We will continue to buy them because they are going to have to pry these tickets out of my cold and lifeless hands, I will say. But it does suck that they went up more and more and more. Our per ticket price now for every game is $79 per seat per game for 22 games of the season, and that's kind of rough. It was 55 and now it's 79, and that's kind of trash, and that's okay. So that's my I'm sorry. My I'm sorry also, we did start The Hunting Wives, and so we watched part of episode 1 earlier today, and I will say that the Brittany Snow face is back. Brittany Snow is obviously gorgeous, an amazing actor. I haven't gotten into any of the gay shit yet, but I will say that she has that Brittany Snow face that she makes, and she's always like, uh-oh, everyone's screaming inside. Wait, they're being so cute. Look how cute they're being. I hope you can see this. Oh my god, they're fucking adorable. So shout out to all my bays. Song of the week, I don't really have one. It's probably going to be Shake It to the Max because I miss you, Desi, and I love you, Desi. I wish you were here for the week. So I'll do Shake It to the Max for my song of the week. Thank you for listening to my really fucked up voice and to listen to all my housemates talk about the best and the worst parts of their week. I am really happy to be here, and I gave myself permission to leave if I want to, and that's the best we can do. It's a lot of first and last. It's a lot of starts and a lot of pushing myself to do things for the first time. And I'm proud of myself, and I know that other people here are doing the same thing, and so that makes me feel excited and happy. And so shout out from Fire Island. I will take the very last shot of the Diablo bottle in order to say, signing off from Fire Island, this has been Gay Rave. I am the Gabby L, and the L stands for, say it with me, love you, bye.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.